Shall we start? Okay, Hare Krishna. Everyone, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So I would like to welcome all of you today on this very auspicious day, 30th November 2023. The 11th month has already over in this for this 2023. So we are only left with another 31 days until 2023 becomes a history for good. So today's contemplation, a friend of mine, sorry, we met today, we were saying he can't believe right? So fast. Okay. I've got a old house that I'm going to send for renovation. So today I went and did the clearing and I found some of my father's old stuff. And the thing is, I found is one of his diary, okay, written in 1965. Okay, his diary until 1972. So, and that time I think it should be 1946, 66. Yeah, 65, 66, 71, 20 century. Okay, 19 to 24 years old. Okay, and I was when I found that, then I was just going through the thing, and he was talking about a lot of aspiration. Then of course, my father wanted to do medicine. My grandfather said, no, you come and take over the business. So he was very upset. Then he just went and pursued his own dreams. And in that, I saw that he have written all that interview opening, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of this and that, clerical job, all the things that he have written down. All right. But of course, eventually he went into Ministry of Health and he became a pharmacist. Anyway, so then after that, he said, while waiting, I've got a job as a temporary teacher in one of the estate. And he was just expressing all his pain, pleasure, whatever things that runs in his mind. He was doing it, all right? And today, he's no more. Just imagine how fast the time run. We are just thinking 10 months finish, 11 months finish. Here, I'm looking at it, that my father was single at the time, and he was going through some kind of loneliness. Then he was going through some kind of loneliness. He went through some kind of expectation, fear. All right. But one thing I realized, things will happen as it is. Okay. So we are over and over. That's why it reflects me about Bhagavad Gita. He says, when the time comes, everything will be given. Okay. Krishna supplies. So I've just read through that 58 years ago, his life, his feelings and everything. So, and today he's gone. He's passed away around, what, five plus years ago. That is what is life. So we are just like a bubble in the ocean. Okay. It's just like we are a bubble. Everything is gone, finish. So that is what is this material is all about. Okay. So I just printed out something and I just pasted it on my wall. And I put it there as a reminder for me. Every day I remind myself. I wrote here, it took me 8.4 million lifetime to do what I am doing now. Okay. So I printed out. Okay. I don't know whether you can see or not. Wait, let me see. Wait 1 second. Blur my background. What should I do? Choose my virtual background. None. All right. So this is my study table, and this is my altar. So I written here as a reminder. So I'm always reminding myself. Yeah. So can you see the video? All right. So this is some of the reminders that I always remind myself about what is happening around me. Okay. Just virtual background. Okay. So So what I'm trying to tell you here is that one of the things that that always I remind myself, is what I heard from Radhanath Maharaj. He said, it took me 8.4 million lifetime to do what I am doing now. So this is a very rare opportunity that I got a body of a human at all of us. And secondly, it's also a rare opportunity that we got an opportunity to practice bhakti. It is very, very, very rare. Okay. And so therefore, I always remind myself, I chant my stipulated rounds daily, follow 4 LGT principles strictly, study and master Shastra religiously. All right. So today's reflection, that life is so temporary. And in this temporary situation, we are given the greatest opportunity. Okay, we are given a greatest opportunity that to be in this Bhakti Marg. Okay, so today we're going to start on chapter 11, the universal form. Okay, so before we start, I want you to all to meditate at the lotus feet of Prabhupada and the lotus feet of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, the lotus feet of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, the lotus feet of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and the lotus feet of Jagannath Das Babaji, and of course, the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas. Okay, any Vaishnavas that inspired you, that for you to take up this bhakti, anyone that you feel like you want to pay gratitude, just meditate. All right, while I'm saying this prayer, if you know how, if you know the prayer, you can join me. So just meditate and offer a flower. Okay, just meditate with whatever flower that you feel like giving. Just meditate that you're dropping the flower at their feet. Then after that, continue by the most merciful Yuga Avatar. So what they call the most merciful Yuga Avatar, that's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and of course Nityananda Prabhu, and the Pancha Tattva. All the then followed by Sri Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis. Okay, so we're going to pay our obeisances to all of them, and with their mercy, with their grace, we start our discussion today on Bhagavad Gita discussion on chapter 11. Okay, right, let's start. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and to all other preceptors on the path of devotional service. I offer respectful obeisances unto all Vaishnavas and unto the 6 Goswamis, including Sri Rupa, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and their associates. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all his devotees headed by Srivas Thakur. I then offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis headed by Lalita and Visakha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chirisatarine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jola Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannatha Te Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Papinibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees who can fulfill the desire of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garati Se Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Jayatam Suratav Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padam Boja Radha Madana Mohanau Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Sinhasanastau Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prashtali Biseve Manosmarami Sriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsivata Tatasita Karshan Venus Sonir Gopir Gopinata Yasri Estuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Harium Tatsat Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of the cowherd maidens of Raja, the holder of the great heel named Govardhana, the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the delight of the inhabitants of Raja, and he wanders in the forest along with the banks of river Yamuna. Srila Prabhupada was very fond of this song and sang it just before his lectures. In Allahabad and Gorakhpur, Srila Prabhupada went into trance after singing these first two lines. And after some time, he came back into his external consciousness and said, now just chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said that this song is a picture of Vrindavan. Everything is there. Srimati Radharani, Vrindavana, Govardhana, Yashoda, and all the cowherd boys. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so we will continue our discussion on chapter 10. Chapter 11, the universal form. Okay, so just a short introduction to this chapter. So this is okay. So in this universal form is basically were requested by Arjuna. It was requested by Arjuna to show the universal form. Okay, so Arjuna requested to see the universal form. Okay, now the question is, after up to chapter 10, didn't Arjuna was convinced that Krishna is not an ordinary person, is not his friend, not his cousin, but the supreme personality of Godhead. All right. So after all this explanation until chapter 10, when it comes to chapter 11, Arjuna is wanted to see the form. So now the question is he suspicious? Is he suspicious about what Krishna says, or was he like not happy? Come on, Krishna himself displaying his internal potency is just explaining who is he, right? But now the chapter 11, the universal form is actually for the person, because Arjuna know in the future what are the atheistic people is all about, how the atheist is going to look like, right? They want to see these kind of things. So just to prove to everyone that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, so therefore Arjuna is asking this question. So this question is asked not to be suspicious about what they call about this what they call Krishna, but to make a point to the future generation. Okay, so of course then and of course whenever you hear someone who claims himself as God, just ask them, Can you do any of those or not? All right. So now let's look at this chapter 11, the universal form. Arjuna uvacha mat anugrahaya paramang guhyam adhyatma sangnitam tat yat tavayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. Arjuna uvacha mat anugrahaya. Okay, just anugraha. Anugraha in Tamil is anugraham. And anugraham kadungle, you know, show me mercy, right? Or show me some kind of mercy, favor, and anugraham. Okay, paramam. Paramam means supreme. Guhyam adhyatma sannitam. Guhyam adhyatma. Okay, sannitam. All right. So JN, there's a thing called the sound nya. It sounds nya. Okay. So sannitam. Yat tvayoktam vachastena. Moho. Okay, there's an apostrophe. That means there's a silent A there. Mohoyam vigato mama. Okay, let's try this. Arjuna vacha mat anugrahaya paramang guhyam adhyatma sangnitam yat tvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. Arjuna vacha mat anugrahaya paramang guhyam adhyatma sangnitam yat tvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. All right, who want to try? Jay Ganesh? Yes, yes. Try. What happened? Ditikash?
Yes, can I try, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Arjuna uvacha mat anugram prasapranam uhyatma samsitam yatvatam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama.
Vigato mama. All right. Good try.
Okay,
next. Come on. Who's next? Tachani Mataji. Arsi Mataji.
Sir, I try.
Yep.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Arjuna vacha mat anugrahaya paramam guyam atyayam samnitam yat tat yotam vahastana vachastena moho yam vigato mama.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Fine. All right. Another one person. Jai Sri Ganesh, you want to try? Saras. Oh, Parikshit Prabhu, you are here. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Anyone? No one? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes. Who's this?
Saras.
Okay.
Arjuna vacha mat anugrahaya paramam guhyam adhyatma sangnitam. Because my handphone very small. Yat
Okay.
vatam vachas tena
Right.
moho yam vigato mama.
Mama, not mama.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Good try. Arjuna vacha mat anugrahaya paramang guhyang adhyatma sanghitam yat vayoktam vachastena mohoyang vigato mama. Arjuna vacha. Arjuna said, mat anugrahaya, just to show me favor, paramam, supreme, guhyam, confidential subject, adhyatma, spiritual, sangitam, in the matter of yat, what, tvaya, by you, uktam, said, vachaha, words, tena, by that, moha, illusion, ayam, is, vigata, is removed, mama, mine. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Sabhuta Vishnu Vijayapata, Swami Tirani Namacharya Padai Nitya Kripa Padai Nitya. Arjuna said, by my hearing, the instruction, you have kindly given me about this most confidential spiritual subject. My illusion has now dispelled. So now Arjuna is saying, just by hearing the instructions, okay, you have kindly given me about this most confidential subject. All right. The previous chapter is what? The opulence of the absolute. That means all this confidential thing. He's saying that all these confidential spiritual subject, my illusion has now been dispelled. Okay. So hearing is the first process. Hearing the instruction. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita is such a potent book. Okay, it's such a it has so many potencies, especially if at all, if you read it with so much of faith, by dedication. Okay, it reminds me about a story. I think I read it today or yesterday. Brahmananda, one of the Prabhupada's earlier disciples, Brahmananda, and one of Prabhupada's favorite. So Brahmananda came and he met Prabhupada. He was walking past through the 26th Avenue. Then he saw that Bhagavad Gita discourses by Swami A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. When he saw that, he entered and he met Swami, and that's when he took out his book. When he took out his book, then what happened? He took out his book. He said, "Oh, see, I've read." Then Prabhupada says, "Okay, read me a line or page or something like that." And he started reading. He was so happy. He started reading. Then he said, "Close your book now." Then he closed. Then Prabhupada asked him, "What did you understood?" And he started to wonder, what did I understand? He said, "What?" Well, then he said, "You need a teacher." So that's why this Bhagavad Gita is very unique, because it comes from the Parampara system. And when we hear in that Parampara system, we can also feel as what Arjuna felt. That means just by hearing the instruction, and that instruction is also given explanation in the form of purport by Srila Prabhupada, who is that bona fide guru, bona fide devotee. All right, because that's why we need to come with this kind of instruction. Because we have seen, I think some of you also should have seen, there are so many versions of Bhagavad Gita out there. Okay, from first itself, people start to confuse you. The energy in Krishna is explaining to the energy in Arjuna. I say, so the Arjuna and Krishna just energy that took some kind of characteristic look. You know, there's some versions of Bhagavad Gita are talking like this, and some versions are talking, that means so many mundane subject. All right, there's so many mundane subjects and so many mundane explanation. So that's why I believe that all of you are so sincerely reading Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. I hope that you are some or other gain some kind of confidence. And I also believe that some of that illusion has been dispelled, hopefully. All right. Okay, let's look at the purport. Okay, this chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes, Sarva Karanam. So Krishna is the cause of all causes. And this chapter reveals it. All right. Who said that? Brahma, in Brahma Samhita says that. 5.1. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karanataka Karanam. Okay. And this chapter in Bhagavad Gita reveals it. But if we do not follow through that Acharya, that means if only we didn't go through what they call the purport or discussion in detail and everything, it's just going to be like another read. Okay, like so many other books, they just simply write, they simply translate whimsically because they have some kind of political agenda, some kind of popularity agenda. They have some agenda. Okay, so they have a lot of things. But here, but when we read, okay, the purport, that means from that Acharya, like Srila Prabhupada, we understand all this very clearly. Okay, so this Krishna reveals himself as the cause of all causes, that in this chapter. He is even the cause of Mahavishnu. He is even the cause of Mahavishnu. Right? So, Mahavishnu means what? Vishnu means, what does Vishnu means? The one who pervades everywhere. The one who pervades. The one who is in every atom. In every jiva. In a jiva, it's a form of a Paramatma, and it's in every atom. Okay? So, Mahavishnu means, and it is more into like, it is a Supreme Vishnu. So, so Krishna is the cause of Mahavishnu, from whom the material universe emanates. Okay? From whom the material universe emanates. Okay? That means Garbhodaksha Vishnu, from him, all the material universe emanates when Brahma started to create it. Krishna is not an incarnation. We should understand this. This is very, very important subject. Okay? Because all of you are practicing, all of you are coming to this studying this Bhagavad Gita as it is, all right, and you're coming for this kind of classes. This is the first thing we should make a point. The Dasa Avatar is a blunder. In Dasa Avatar, they say that Krishna is one of the incarnation. Narayana is supreme, and Krishna is part of it. I mean, I shouldn't say it's a blunder, because it is according to certain parampara. The certain parampara, their understanding and their exposure is up to Narayana. For them, Narayana is everything, because they follow in the mode of Lakshmi. They call, like, especially like they call Sri Sampradaya. Sri Sampradaya, the Acharya is Lakshmi Devi. All right, it comes from Lakshmi Devi. She started to give instruction, and she started to say how we should serve and these things. That's why they're all in Dashyabhas, all in the mode of no, what they call, not Dashyabhas, it's a Bhaya Bhakti. Bayindukittu Bhakti seirudhu. All right. That's why you can see the way they hold the hand, they fold, and the way they do the ritual. They are so careful. Okay, because they worship Krishna in the form of Mahavishnu, Narayana, as a supreme king. Okay, so but in our Gaudiya Vaishnava, and as per revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So now, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no one knows it. No one knew that Krishna was a supreme Lord. Yes, only a certain certain small group of people, they realize it, they know, but not openly propagated. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? He said Krishna is the supreme Lord. Then after that, he came to the South India. He found this chapter 5 of Brahma Samhita. Okay, in Adi Keshava temple. I think it's in Tirunelveli, if I'm not mistaken. So he went and found that only chapter 5 he found it. In chapter 5, it reveals, chapter 5.1, what he says? The supreme personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna himself. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara means controller. Parama means supreme. So the supreme controller is Krishna. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal. Chit means full of knowledge. Ananda means blissful. Vigraha, body, form. Anadiradir Govinda. Sarva Karana is the cause of all causes. Then after that, he started to explain about how the spiritual looks like. Okay, how the spiritual looks like, and Gayatri, you know, that there's some Gayatri mantras are there, how the Goloka. He started to make a differentiate. Where do Goloka stand? And from Goloka, where is the place of Dwaraka? And where is Vaikuntha Loka? And where all these are explained in that chapter. Then after that, he starts to sing that Chintamani Pragara Satmu. Then after that, he starts to explain what is Goloka Vrindavan looks like. Chintamani, touchstone. Pragara, shining. Satmasu, Kalpa Vrisha. Kalpa Vrisha means as far as your eyes can see. Chintamani, Pragara, Satmasu, Kalpa Vrisha. Laksha Vritesu, Surabir, Abhipalayantam. There's so many cows are Surabhi cows. Lakshmi Sahasra Sadasabrama Sevamanam. All the Lakshmis, the gopis, the thousands. Lakshmi Sahasra. Sahasra means thousands. So there are thousands of Lakshmis or gopis, right, in the mood to serve him. Okay, Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But some people, there's some people that say, hey, but why did Brahma mention Lakshmi? If Lakshmi means, it's supposed to sound like Vaikuntha Loka. Why it sounds like this thing? But we must understand Vaikuntha Loka. I am not sure. I have never heard about any cows, Surabhi cows pastimes there. But in Goloka Vrindavan is filled with Surabhi cows. Okay. So anyway, so like that. So that means we should understand that Krishna is not an incarnation, but Krishna is the source of all incarnation. From him, all incarnation emanates. Okay. That has been completely explained in last chapter. Okay. We have studied that. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. That means Arjuna is saying his illusion is over. That means Arjuna no longer thinks Krishna as the mere human being. Okay, that means now Arjuna is no longer thinks Krishna is the another ordinary human being as a friend of these, but as the source of everything. It's not a friend anymore, but he is the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. Okay, but now he's thinking that although he may accept Krishna, okay, now it's slower. All right, where is it? Thinking although he may accept Krishna as a source of everything, others may not. Okay, because Arjuna is a friend, he met Krishna, see, but he felt others may not accept him. So in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, in order to establish, so what he's doing is requesting Krishna in this chapter how to show his universal form. He said, please show me your form. Actually, when one sees this universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened. Okay, we will go through when we go through these studies, you will see that what will happen to Arjuna. Okay, one becomes frightened like Arjuna, but Krishna is so kind that after showing his converts himself again into his original form. Then after they showed back his original form, Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times says. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledged that all this happening to him by Krishna's grace. He's now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the super soul. Oh, someone sent me a message. Okay, now let's look at text 2. Bhavapyayat bhavyapayau hi bhutanang Shrutau vitarasho maya tvatta kamala patraksha mahatmyang api chavyayam. Bhava means appearance. Apyayau, disappearance. He is certainly Bhutanam, of all living entities. Shrutau, have been heard. Vistarasha, in detail. Maya, by me. Tvatta, from you. Kamala patra aksha, or lotus-eyed. Lotus-eyed one. Mahatmyam, glories. Api, cha. Api, also cha and abhyayam, inexhaustible. So, translation. Oh, lotus-eyed one. So, I'm still wondering. I mean, I hope I don't want to get into trouble, because sometimes when you wonder, your mind can get carried away. How do Mayavadi translate this verse? Mayavadi says that nothing exists. God is formless. But here, it's so clearly, it's explained here, Kamala Patra. Kamala means what? Kamala means lotus. Patra Aksha, or lotus-eyed. So when we see that Kamala Patra Aksha, that means when he says about lotus-eyed, that means God should have a form. Krishna might have a form. That's when we can identify the form. We cannot simply look around somewhere out of nothing. We can call Kamala Patra. All right. So here Arjuna is explaining very nicely. Kamala Patra, oh, lotus-eyed one. I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Now he realized about his inexhaustible glories. So what Arjuna is saying here? I've heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity. And of course, now we're also experiencing it. As I first initially, when I started sharing, all right? For 58 years, I found what happened. So it's just matter of time, everything will disappear. Okay. And have realized your inexhaustible. So by through that, he realizes inexhaustible glory. That means the glories that has no limit. Okay. So here, Arjuna addressed Lord Krishna as lotus-eyed. Krishna's eye appeared just like a petal of a lotus flower. You know the petal of a lotus flower? So whenever you see a petal, especially if you're in Ipoh, if you can go through this first garden jogging track, you can see a lot of lotus flower. All right? If you're in Ipoh, if you feel like looking for a place to chant, go near the pond with the lotus flower, just look at the petal and just imagine how the eyes looks like. Right? Out of his joy, for Krishna has assured him in a previous chapter, Aham Krishnasya Jagata Prabhava Pralayas Tata. I am the source of appearance and disappearance of this entire material manifestation. Arjuna has heard from him, heard of this from the Lord in detail. Arjuna further knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearance and disappearance, he is aloof. Despite all of this, he is above. As the Lord is said in the 9th chapter, he is all pervading, yet is not personally present everywhere. He is everywhere and yet is not everywhere. All right. That is the inconceivable. So inconceivable means what? This inconceivable appearance, there's something that we cannot conceive. That means we cannot digest. Inconceivable what? Opulence. So opulence of Krishna is not possible. Even the great devatas like Shiva also get bewildered. Okay. Example, when Krishna came in the form of when he came in the original form as a boy, even Indra couldn't recognize him. Indra bring forth the rain and want to inundate it, the entire Vrindavan. The entire, you want to, what they call, drown the Brijavasis. Why? Because every year, Brijavasis will offer sacrifice to Indra. But Krishna came and says, what for? Why you need to offer your sacrifice to Indra? Offer to the mountain. At least the mountain is giving you everything. The mountain giving you herb, the mountain giving you roots, the mountain giving you water, the mountain giving you land to pasture for the cow and everything. So why wasting time to worship Indra? Worship the mountain. So when the Brajavasis start to worship the mountain, and Indra got so angry, he says, oh, this young boy. You know, and they said, never mind, I'll bring about the rain of inundation. That means the rain that happens at the end of the Yuga. It's a big rain, terrible rain. And that time, you know what happened? Arjuna just used his small Sunduvaral and carried the entire Govardhan mountain and kept it as an umbrella. And that's when Arjuna, what they call? Indra realizes, oh, he's not an ordinary person, he's Krishna himself. Same thing happened when Brahma, when you see all the cowherd boys were running around, he went and kidnapped the cows and the boys. And Krishna expanded himself like thousands of gopals, boys, thousands of cows. And 1 year later, when Brahma came and see, hey, I've already kidnapped and keeping them. What is boys? And that's when he started to realize Krishna's inconceivable energy. So he wanted to come and see Krishna. How he said? He told when he came there, he told one of the Krishna's associates, he said, I would like to see Krishna. Right? And then he says, he said, tell Brahma is here. So when the what is his name? I can't recall his name. So he went and told Krishna, there's a guy, Brahma is here. Then Krishna will be lying down, resting. He said, yeah, ask which Brahma. Then he went back and asked, which Brahma are you? And he got a shock. Which Brahma? And he thought, I'm the only Brahma. I said, yeah, which one? The four-headed. Ah, okay. Then went back and told, the four-headed Brahma. Ah, okay, ask him to come. When he came there, he got a shock. He started to see 8-headed, 100-headed, 1,000-headed, millions-headed. And he see thousands and varieties of Lord Shiva was there. So when they all paying obeisances with their helmet, it start to make a tumultuous sound. You know, when you take the helmet, when you put down, pay obeisance, this helmet hit another helmet, hit another helmet, the helmet, that Creedom. Huh? So he start to create so many sounds. And Brahma was astonished. And that's when he realized, oh, this is Krishna. So that means it's not possible, even for the devatas, the demigods, to understand Lord Krishna. Right? And how about we mere mortal? But by the mercy of Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna himself, that's why it's sometimes in Bhagavad Gita is so unique, because Krishna himself is revealing himself. So there's no room for speculation. Right? Who am I? What am my character? What is my attribute? What is my love? What is my liking? What is my disliking? All right? If all of you get together and start to speak, what is Patita Tarana's liking? What is Patita Tarana disliking? What is this? What is that? So whatever that you hear, there, whatever you speak is speculation. Unless I come myself and tell you, I like this, I don't like this. All right, this is my diet. This is how I live. This is what time I wake up. This is how many rounds I chant. I need to tell you that when you know who am I. Similarly, Krishna himself is coming and to tell about himself. That is the uniqueness of Bhagavad Gita. Because there's no scripture out there that God himself come and tell about himself. When you look at all this Abrahamic religion, a devotee speak about God, like Prophet Muhammad is speaking about Allah in the mode of, it's a humble, right? It's a servant. Then when you look at this, what they call Jesus speak about God. I'm not sure about Torah. I don't know who speaks Torah. So anyway, so when you look at all the scriptures, someone speak about, the devotees speak about God, but only in Bhagavad Gita. Even when you look at the Vedas, like even you look at Bhagavatam, a pure devotee like Sutta Goswami is speaking about Krishna in the discourses with Saunaka Rishi and all this assembly of this thing. But only in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking about himself. There's no scripture out there. You can never find a scripture. So, and when he's speaking in a very tensed moment because the war is about to start. He cannot sit there and give a long lecture. So while preparing and everything, within that 45 minutes, he spoke the entire Bhagavad Gita. All right. First, he was wondering. First, Arjuna spoke. Then after the Krishna, wonders how this impurity came upon you. What is wrong with you? Then after that, Arjuna start polumbraning. Then Krishna will be giving instruction. So roughly when you see out of 700 verses, how many verses Krishna actually spoke? All right. And in that short verses, he summarized the entire 4 Vedas. What is that goal of Samaveda? What is the goal of Yajur, Atharva, Rik? All right. And all the extended Puranas, 108 Puranas, Itigasas, Agamyas, all the scriptures that you can think of. What is that goal? I'm reading this book. What is my goal? All right. I'm reading this kind of, I'm reading physics books. What is my goal? So there it should be goal. It's not like a random read. So the goal of the Vedas is explained by Krishna himself in short, less than 700 verses. He explained everything. All right. So that is why the Bhagavad Gita is very, very, very unique. And this 23rd of December is Gita Jayanti. The day that Bhagavad Gita spoken, 5,000 plus years ago. And the day also comes as a Vaikunta Ekadasi. Okay, so please do come forward and donate books, Bhagavad Gita, Shastradan. And on that day, if because it falls on Saturday, if possible, we all can get together and recite the entire 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, anyway, I'll look into it. So that's what is happening, all right? So inconceivable opulence, because this opulence cannot be explained. Okay, so that is the inconceivable opulence of Krishna, which Arjuna admits that he is thoroughly understood. Okay, now let's look at text 3. Evam etat yatatvam atmanang parameshvara drashtum ichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. So he says, oh, greatest of all personalities. All right, greatest of all personalities. Oh, supreme form. Krishna say, okay, what is it? Okay. Evam das etat das yata spoken tvam atmanam yos parama ishvara. Right? Rupam. Again, it's mentioned Rupam. Wonder how this Mayavad is. That's why sometimes you have to have the gift of the gap. You have to have the mercy of Krishna, the mercy of Vaishnava, especially mercy of Vaishnava. Without their mercy, it is impossible to understand Bhagavad Gita. Just try to think about it. How fortunate are you that you are here sitting and speaking, listening to as it is, Bhagavad Gita, the original Bhagavad Gita. Right? Imagine how this Mayavadi should have manipulated this with this verse, Rupam. Right? Aishwaryam, divine. Purusha Uttama, the best of personality. Okay, the greatest of all personalities. O supreme form. Though I see you here before me in your actual position. That means now Arjuna is saying, I am seeing you here in your actual position. That means seeing you in the actual position. As you have described yourself. As how? As you have described yourself. He himself described it. So now, I wish to see how you have entered into all the cosmic manifestation. I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. You want to see how the thing entered. At the same time, I want to see that form of yours. I want to see that form of yours. Okay. So this is text 3. Okay. Any notes? Okay. So there's a 4 reason to see the form of Krishna. Okay. Now, anyway, so the purport, the Lord said that because he entered into the material universe. The Lord said because he entered into the material universe. Okay, he entered into the material universe. How? By his personal representation. Okay, by his personal representation. Okay, let me take this. Okay, the Lord says because he entered, okay, into material universe. How? By his personal representation. That means he personally present and he entered into this material thing. Of what? Representation of this cosmic manifestation. Okay, the entire creation, the cosmic manifestation that has been made possible and is going on. That has been made possible and is going on. That means it's still going on. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, okay, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he is inspired by the statement of Krishna. He is inspired, okay, by the statements of Krishna. But in order to convince others, that means, but in order to convince others, okay, because he knows that this book will be compiled and will be read. But in order to convince others, okay, in the future, that means Arjuna could see the future. Let's see later in this verse, some of the verses you can see what future that Arjuna saw. Okay, Arjuna saw in the future who may think that Krishna as an ordinary person. So was it right or not? Now people are thinking Krishna as an ordinary person. All right, in order, okay, who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desires to see him. Okay, he has a desire to see him actually in his universal form. You want to see his universal form. Okay, and to see how he's acting. Okay, acting from within the universe. Although he's apart from it, although he's a part, that means he's there inside, and at the same time he's a part. Arjuna's addressing the Lord as Purushottama is also significant. That means here Arjuna is addressing as Purushottama. Okay, address. Okay, Arjuna address Lord as Purushottama. Okay, it's also significant. Why? Since the Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is present. That means he is present within Arjuna himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjuna. That means he knows the desire of Arjuna. Okay, and he can understand that Arjuna has no special desire. Okay, so all this we must understand. It's not to say that Arjuna start to be suspicious. Okay, so that means he known as Purushottama because he present within Arjuna. He's inside Arjuna, and also he knows the desire of Arjuna. That means Krishna knows, okay, what is his desire? That means he understands that he is not trying to be suspicious of me. But, all right, but yeah, and I understand, and he has no special desire to see him in his universal form. That's why when you look at these first 2 verses, okay, how the verses starts. Okay, he says, by hearing the instruction you kindly given me about your most confidential spiritual subject, my illusion is gone. So Arjuna start to tell you, look here, my illusion is gone. Then the second verse he says, oh Lotus, I've heard from you in detail about your appearance and disappearance. I heard about you. Okay, of every living entity, and I have realized your inexhaustible distinct. So he said, now first, my illusion is gone. Second, I understand your inexhaustible potency. Then number 3, what he says, now I would like to see your actual position. Okay, how you have described yourself and wish to see you, how you entered into the cosmic manifestation. So from these first 2 verses, we understand. Okay, that means the Arjuna has no special desire, neither he's not suspicious about him. So in first 2 verses itself, he's justified himself. My illusion is gone, and I know your energy is, your potency is inexhaustible. Okay, now I would like to see this thing. Okay, anyway. So Arjuna is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. That means actually Arjuna is completely satisfied. It is not just satisfied, it's completely satisfied. Okay. But the Lord can understand also Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. We understand. He understood that he wants to see this universal to convince others. Or actually to convince us. To convince me actually. All right. To convince Krishna Supreme. Okay. Arjuna did not have any personal desire for confirmation. He don't have any personal, did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set the criterion. For in the future, there would be so many imposters. Yes. In the future, there are so many imposters that would pose themselves as incarnation of God. So now this is something that we should understand. It's understood. A person just needs to make a little magic, he can become God. Unfortunately, David Copperfield born in America. All right? David Copperfield, I think you all understand who, I think you all know who's David Copperfield. Unfortunately, he was born in America. And secondly, he's another great magician. What is his name? Some kind of name. Anyone can tell me any magician's name?
Houdini.
Houdini. Also born in Western country. If only these 2 personalities born in India, they should have become God already. To cheat Indians are very simple. Need to take something from the mouth, to take something from the ears and just hold the hand, drop some ash. And Indians are convinced. How unfortunate. Right? And the best thing is all the educated people are very convinced. Very highly educated people are very convinced. So that means what we understand. The material education is not necessary. They are very intelligent. Okay. A person can be very highly qualified, doctor, engineer, whatever. But their knowledge is stolen by illusion. Okay. There's some guys who wear coats and suit. He will just say, I'm putting some shield around me. And people come in and just do something like that, and the fellow get electric shock. He start dancing. He charges 700 ringgit to initiate you, to give you some secret mantra. And they call him as God. Okay. And unfortunately, the God's wife died, And that God's wife died, and they went and hide it. I know you. I believe that you know who I'm referring to. Coat suit God. Coat suit. All right. There's another joker called Guru Maharaj. He traveled. He got his own airplane. And he come there, he just juggle with words. He just juggle. All right. He's a very good oratory. All right. He just juggle with words. All right. That happened many years ago. I mean, a long time ago. Some of my wife's relations are all into that. They call Guru Maharaj. And of course, now we have another person who are cool guru. All right. All on a motorbike, going around, trying to plant trees. Right, try to give education to the rural. Of course, it's a philanthropic work, but is that philanthropic work? Can you this thing? So the best way to hold people to stay loyal with you is by religious process. Right? Say like, for instance, if I'm a businessman, I'm involved in a business, and I say, like, example, I'm doing an MLM business, multi-level business. I cannot hold my people. Right? I cannot hold my people. People come and run away. But how can I hold the people? If I'm going to use some concoction, use some kind of jargon, and to show them that I got some kind of special mystical power, and hold them, and they'll stay with you forever. And once I was listening to his lecture, he said even some of the very highly paid guys around the world have given up their job and come to India, become volunteers. Okay. And of course, recently there's also another incarnation of God in Chennai. What Shankaran Baba or something like that, right? Another joker. He looked like one of the comedian in Telugu movie. Okay, I mean, with due respect, I'm not to say that guy also. He got a very weird character. He said that he started to show people how he danced Rasa Leela dance. Imagine his face, like the Telugu comedian, holding the flute, and got a very big asset properties in Chennai, and he got a huge followers, and all that highly educated people are following him. All right. Then suddenly he was caught, and the God went behind bars. The God went inside the jail. All right. So all these kinds. So we also heard God was under, and also we also heard that some God incarnation also under life support. Okay, life support. I mean, the God can go into life support. Can you imagine going to die? Life support. So all these kind of nonsense things are there out there. But because Arjuna knew that many imposters, now it's like this. Imagine in the course of your life, you're going to see many, many, many imposters. All right. And basically, to convince Indian, they are very simple. Just need to do some magic or juggle with word. Even to create atheism also, you can just simply juggle with word. Even to create religiosity in language also, you need to juggle with word. Right? So all these kind of things. Anyway, so the people therefore should be careful. The people, Prabhupada is explaining, should be very careful. Would be very careful. One who claimed to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm. All right? That means Prabhupada is saying, if those who claim themselves as Krishna must be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. You know that, like there's one lady. I also don't want to mention, but from my explanation, I think you know who's the person. She also suddenly claimed herself as God, Krishna. She's the incarnation of Krishna. How Krishna came in the Mohini form, so now Krishna came in that form. Right? She just need to go and hug someone, and the person becomes elevated. Nonsense. So this is not something that we want to criticize. This is something that we are very sad to see the foolishness in people in selecting the way of life, especially the religious way of life. Why are they get stuck? Why are they get stuck? Because of that desire. They have the desire to enjoy the material world. They have the desire to enjoy all opulence. They want to enjoy, they just don't care. Right? But of course, the nature of man, they have to be spiritual, because the nature of man is to be spiritual. Okay? The nature of man has to be spiritual. The nature of dog has to be wild. The nature of tiger has to be, the nature is wild. It attacks, it kills, it eats flesh. That's the nature, karma, dharma. But for the nature of human being is to be spiritual. So that's why in spirituality, anything that sounds morality, anything that sounds vegetarian, anything that sounds like kind of worship, it becomes spiritual. It becomes religion. All right. So now I have this desire. Well, I am a religious person, yes, but at the same time, I can't wait to see the God which doesn't appear in front of me. I'm not the person who can simply sit and do severe austerity. All right, I cannot sit and do severe austerity. I cannot go to Himalayas and climb the mountain to look for God. Where is God? God, are you there? Are you here? I have no time. But suddenly one guy come and say, I'm God. Every Thursday get together and just sing some bhajan kirtan. Every Friday get together. Every Saturday get together and do this kind of, or listen to some talks. Right? So when you start to say, oh yeah, that is the truth. That is the thing. Right? Some say that nothing exists. Right? Nothing actually exists. Everything, the only truth is compassion and love. But the question I was wondering, there's a group where all the ladies are there with the white saris, and all the big guns, especially all big time millionaires, developers. Like in Ipoh, there's one of the top developer. He's one of their biggest follower, Chinese guy. They say nothing exists. The only thing exists is love and compassion. But the question is, when there's nothing exists, how do the love and compassion exist? when there's no sun globe, where the sun come from, where the radiance come from? There's a light up here. If there's no bulb, how do the light come? When there's no source, where is the things coming up? I just off the light. See, the light is off now. All right? There's nothing comes here. But once I press that button, the electricity goes inside, burn the filament, and the thing will just start to be vibrant, start to produce light. So they say there's nothing exists. Nothing, the only thing is compassion. Only thing is love. I mean, how do the love and exist? It just appear from nowhere. Very funny. So when you ask this kind of question, they'll be, huh? Anyway, you are Maya. They call it, no. You are divert. No, you have to open your mind. I say, yes, I open my mind. I open my intelligence. I open everything. But I'm just wondering, when there's no source, okay, just like the river, that flow, it just appear from nowhere and is flowing. I say, does it make sense to you? The tree just grow without a seed. How? If that is the truth, you could take the tree that only grows in a equator, you bring it to America and try to plant. Hemisphere. You bring the tree from the hemisphere, you bring it to the equator and try to plant. Does it grow? Right? The thing should just appear from nowhere. Like even Earth, there was a cause. Right? There was a seed implanted into the mother's womb, and from there we grew, and now we are here. There was a cause. And you are telling from nowhere, everything appears. How? You think? And of course, they're very successful. And they think, I say, no, I have no time to think about all that. Only thing I know is to give compassion and love. I say, okay, fair enough. At least you do that. All right? At least you are a human being if you can love and have compassion. But one thing I suggest to you, please have compassion even to the animals. Don't only have compassion to fellow human being. You have compassion to every living entity. And you know what the guy said? I have compassion to everything because I'm a vegetarian. Sure. I say, at least okay. At least okay. So then he asked, what is your philosophy? I say, if I speak my philosophy, you will definitely, it's very hard for you to understand. But I'd like to ask you some question. Why are we dying? Right? Why? Secondly, death is okay lah. Die lah. Who cares? But the most frustrating part that I really hate the most, aging. Why do I need to get old? I hate to get old. My mind is still active. I can still feel when I was 20, 25 years old, you know, how active and how vibrant. You know, I go around, dress up, have this kind of, like a bell bottom. I was just having the same thought. But when I look at my face in the mirror, I start to see everything is like, skin is wrinkling, my hair is turning gray. Everything is like that. Why? And then he said, then another question I want to ask you. Never mind, get old, okay. But why do the disease come? Why do we need to fall sick? I really hate that. If you have that thought, you will understand. You will understand what I'm going to tell you now. Then he said, well, yeah, I never thought about it. Yeah, now you're such a rich man, multi-millionaire. You know, a day come, you're going to give up everything. Even your most precious body will be thrown into the ground, will be buried. And the worm going to eat it. And after the worm eats, it excretes. No, it's like passing stool. It's going to turn into a stool. Right? If you are a Parsi, if you believe in the Parsi, what is a religion, they just throw you out, let the vulture eat. The vulture eats and you become stool. Right? The worm eats, you become earth. The vulture eats, you become stool. And if you are cremated, you become ash. Right? Why, yeah? Not fair, right? Everything that you work for. And they'll think about it for you. They think about you maybe for the first 2 weeks. Then after that, they'll do some 40 days memorial. Some Christians do that. Or I think the Chinese also doing that 40 days memorial. After the 40th day memorial, then they give you first year anniversary. After that, you're gone. Nobody remembers you. I say the guy Jnanalingam, right? The one guy who created this West Pot. Jnanalingam. What happened to him? Do you think people are still thinking about him? The drinks, still there's a pot is coming, still the container is going out, the container is coming, the container is going out. And nobody cares about him. He doesn't exist anymore. Soon, he will fade away in history. One day, maybe after 30, 40, 100 years later, they suddenly say, oh, one poor Indian boy, out of nowhere, suddenly made a fortune and created a big pot. Oh, really? Okay, forget it. Right? So that's the thing. So this is some of the questions that we trigger and to encourage them. Then after that, the guy was like, okay, after a little discussion, I've taken a Bhagavad Gita, I hope Krishna show him a way. So anyway, so this is what is happening. We are misguided. But by the grace of Krishna, by the grace of Prabhupada, who have sacrificed his life, came to America and translated all these books to English. And today we could understand. Imagine English language became a spiritual language. You understand? So that's one of the things. So, where was I? Okay, where is this thing? Okay. Okay. So this is what something that we understand from here. Okay, that means this is to show the universal form to conform to these people. Okay, then Krishna, Arjuna is continuing. Okay, we still have time, all right. Manyase yadi tachakyang. Manyase yadi tachakyang. Maya drashtum iti Prabhu. Yogeshvara tato me tvang. Darshayatmanang avyayam. Manyase. All right, you think, yadi, if that Shakyam is able, Maya, by me, drashtum, to be seen. Iti, thus, Prabhu, O Lord, Yogeshvara, Yoga Ishvara, the Lord of mystical power. Tata, then, me, unto me, term you, Darshaya, show Atmanam, yourself, Avyayam, eternal. So now, Arjuna, Krishna is, Arjuna is praying. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O Prabhu, okay, they say Prabhu, O Lord, O Master of all mystic power, Yogeshwara, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Unlimited, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So this is one way of praying to Krishna actually. Okay, it's been so we don't ask Krishna, Krishna, give it this, easy. Right? We just say, oh dear Krishna, if you think I should have it, please grant it. Anyway, you can try it. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay. It is said. Okay. It is said that one can neither, that means cannot hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord. Or to understand, okay, to perceive the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Krishna, oops, okay, by the materials, okay, by the material senses. Okay, we cannot see, we cannot hear, and we cannot understand with our material senses. But if one is engaged, now this is very important. But so Prabhupada is using this word, right? Let me see another color to highlight. Right. It's a but. The most important word is this, but. Okay. Okay. But. Okay. But if one is but, first of all, we understand, we cannot hear, we cannot understand, we cannot perceive Krishna by material senses. Then Prabhupada using this wonderful word, but. That's very assuring, right? This word is very, very assuring. But if one is engaged, all right? Engaged in what? Engaged means what? That means engaging. It is not working. All right? It is not this thing. Engage in loving. Number one is loving. Okay? Krishna wants love. All right? Sometimes we see, nobody do. I have no choice. I have to do. No. Loving. You have to do it lovingly. That means what? Even though the task sometimes can be very hard, very tough, but when you're doing it out of passion, out of love, you will enjoy it. Okay? Engage in loving. Loving of what? Second is transcendental. All right? Transcendental means what? Spiritual. Loving, transcendental, what? Service, bhakti. All right? So loving, transcendental service. Okay? So to whom that we should engage our loving service? To the Lord. Okay? And when? From when? From the beginning. Okay? Then one can see the Lord. One can see the Lord by revelation. All right? Even though we have imperfect material sense, with this is impossible. That's not impossible. There's no way you can't do it. But Prabhupada is giving an assurance. We have to accept the word of Prabhupada as it is, because Prabhupada is not an ordinary person. He's an Acharya. He's a great Acharya. He said that, but if one engage, and how do we engage? So now I remember reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? It says, how do we need to engage? Sometimes we think, oh, how can I engage? What should I do? I don't know what to do. Very simple. Prabhupada said it very simple. He said, use your talent for Krishna. It's that simple. How can I engage? Use your talent for Krishna. What is your talent? Do you like to speak? Speak the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Do you love to sing? Sing bhajan, like I think Saras Mataji. I think she's here. Saras Mataji, are you there from Kolakangsa? I think she's there. Okay, I can't see her. Saras Mataji told me, from the daybreak until the dusk, she will be just singing Krishna. Let me confirm. Are you there, Saras Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here.
Okay. So that is told me, right? That from the daybreak until the evening, you'll be just singing and chanting Hare Krishna, right?
That's right. Only chant his name.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Whatever. She loved to sing from morning till night. I asked how many rounds do you chant? I say, I don't know, Prabhu. From the morning till I go to bed, I'll be just singing Hare Krishna. Suddenly she hear one song. Raja song. Which go, man. All right. What I do not. I just remember the song. Okay, whatever. Then suddenly Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You listen to the cinema song, sing Hare Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So if you love to sing, just sing. Now, what else you like to do? You love to eat, right? Eat prasadam. Oh, I am a foodie. Don't go and eat rubbish out there. You know, sometimes I see in a YouTube, in all these things, the way they cook, right? I think you all have seen, right? The way they chong, chong, chong. They are cooking like a mad fella, taking that thing and bang the wok, and they throw the wok, and the wok will boom, come in fire. Have you seen? And that day I was seeing one Chakoi, one Chinese man. Oh, he was like, as though he's cooking with so much of mad anger, banging the wok. He's thinking, pang, pang, and he take the thing, and he just so noisy, extremely noisy. And I was just thinking, the flow eat this food, what will happen to him? And people like, oh, look at the way the flow dances. He's crazy. That's why now people are becoming more and more crazy, because we must understand the food that we eat, we are also taking their consciousness. That's why always best to eat home cooked food. right? And sanctify the food by offering to Krishna and eat it as prasadam. That's why they say even we don't want to add some other things like vegetarian mutton, chicken, all this. Why? Of course, it's harmful, but we don't know who the person who are preparing it. Sometimes you say, oh, you Hare Krishna friends are very fanatic. Say, why? Oh, you say, cannot eat this, cannot eat that. Say, no, very simple. It's scientific, right? A person, the preparation, the raw material prepared by a person who are very wrong in consciousness, right? Sometimes that's why you see, sometimes when you eat Chinese food, you become very passionate, right? And they love to eat that. Sometimes we go outside and eat, even though whatever it is, they say the best cook is the number one. The first option is mother's food. First is wife. Second is mother, if I'm not mistaken. First is mother or wife. The best choice is wife. No, the best choice. Okay, let me say. It's good to eat mother's cooking. The second best choice is what they call. First best choice is wife's cooking, but the best of all, your own cook. You cook yourself and eat yourself. That's the best. Because we must understand that we are taking the consciousness of what people are eating, cooking, right? That's why sometimes when you see the way that Hare Krishna people cook, they cook with so much devotion. There's no nonsense. They don't talk prajalpa. They don't talk crabs. They don't talk things. They don't talk of politics, right? They just think about Krishna. They just meditate how the food that I'm going to offer to Krishna, how you're going to enjoy it. I'm making the gulab jamun. Oh my God, I can just imagine, how I'm making a laddu. Okay, making a laddu for Krishna. Oh no. Then suddenly remember this song, Bhaja Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari. One of the associate of Krishna, he will take the laddu and put in the mouth and put the thing hand in the armpit and make a sound and start to scream, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So you meditate, oh, Krishna's associate are so naughty. Taking the laddu, put in the mouth and make the sound like that. And they start to say Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And imagine the thing coming out. So in all that meditation, you just cook and you offer to Krishna. Please do that. At least you can't do that. At least try to make something and offer to Krishna and eat. Because when you offer to Krishna, see, when you eat, it's karma. When you offer to Krishna, if you offer to Krishna, it's karmic free. But you offer with devotion, it becomes prasadam. Prasadam means what? Mercy. Right? So mercy. So when you eat it, it nourishes you. Don't go and eat rubbish. It's very bad for health. Right? Especially the mama food is the craziest food people can think of. Right? When they make the roti canai, that day I was just passing through, I just saw the guy making roti canai. The amount of oil that flow put inside and making, and I wonder if I really suspicious he's not buying he's not buying a good oil. I think he's not buying this knife brand or whatever. I think he should be buying the cheapskate oil, right? To sell roti canai for 1 ringgit, 20 cents, 30 cents, something like that. And the amount of oil the flow put, and I've seen like people are selling burger, the amount of margarine they put, so oh my God. So use your talent for Krishna. I'm diverting away. Anyway, use your talent for Krishna. It's that simple. So what you like to do it for Krishna. Right? That's first choice. Second, but if you do it with association, it's more pleasurable. Right? That's why nowadays humans love to create sangha. Right? Persatuan, murid-murid lama. Right? Persatuan, penjaja-penjaja jalanan. Persatuan, penjaja tebu. Alright? Persatuan, India, Kinta Indian Association or Malaysian Indian Association or MIC. Okay, MIA, Malaysian Indian Association. Like Ipoh, we have Kinta Indian Association. Persatuan, orang India, Kinta. Right? Why? Why we want to create a persatuan? For what? Because it's a nature for a human being to be in a community. People with same mind, like there's people with the same bird flock together. Similarly, when we have that same ideology, when we all flock together and they create one persatuan, right? Yes or not? So everybody, just think about it. Like now, I think Mataji, I think your husband should be in a persatuan police, right? So the corporasi, all these benefits are there. So they want to create this persatuan because the man is not a one-man island. Similarly, We are got a persatuan. Persatuan penganut Krishna antarabangsa. Pertubuhan Krishna antarabangsa. ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. What we're doing? We are just gathering all the like-minded people and we are serving Krishna in that like-mindedness. But I say, no, I'm not going to associate people. I just be my one-man show. No, cannot. Can, but you won't get the taste. So, association. Right? Like what's your tell? Like Dr. Dinesh is an expert in computers. So, he's created our website. Now we are having this in YouTube. Right? So, all these things are all created. You just simply use your talent. What talent you have, just use it for Krishna. We do not imitate. Right? Like in Ipoh, there's one devotee who comes and just loves to do gardening because he's very good in gardening. He comes, he makes sure that all the gardens are cleared and he just do gardening. And of course, today is initiated. Because of that simple service, all right, the Chinese devotee, right? Hari Govinda, Mr. Ho. He just don't do anything. He just come, he just do the gardening. And he listen to the Bhajan Kirtan, have prasad and go. But eventually he got the taste. So that's simple as that. So that means from there, when we do a loving transcendental service to the Lord, okay, that's when we can see the Lord by revelation. The Lord Krishna himself will reveal to you. Why are we still very convinced? Among all that spiritual movement, we are the most strictest spiritual movement. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. That means there's no life at all. We born as a human being, we have no life. Right? Simple living, higher thinking some more. And despite all these restrictions, we are having so much of bliss, happiness. Why? Because Krishna is actually reciprocating. Right? Krishna is actually reciprocating and we are feeling so blissful about it. So that's what he says. So one can see it by revelation. Every living entity, now Prabhupada is continuing. All right? Prabhupada is continuing. Okay. Prabhupada is mentioning every living entity. Okay? Every living entity, all right? Every living entity means what? He is not mentioning human being. We must understand that. We are not talking about human being. We are talking about every living entity. Right? We are talking about ants. We are talking about bacteria. We are even talking about atta. We are talking about snails. Right? We are talking about what they call fly. We are talking about mosquitoes. We are talking about all varieties that life that around you. Everything is only a spiritual spark. It's only a spiritual spark. Okay? We must remember this. It's only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Okay? So it is not possible. That means it's so spiritual, spark only. It's not possible to understand the Supreme Lord. So Arjuna, okay, now is okay. Now, okay, let me choose this color. Can be seen? Oh, not can be seen. All right. So therefore, Arjuna as a devotee does not depend on his speculative strength. Right? So why Prabhupada use this word speculative strength? If I am strong, that means I am strong. But what does it mean by speculative strength? Because Arjuna is fully surrendered to Krishna. Okay, that's why sometimes you see a devotee never takes credit anything to him. No speculative strength. Everything is belong to Krishna. So rather, he admits his limitation. He admits his limitation. Yes, I am a human being and I'm very limited. I'm limited within my... But no, we human beings are unlimited. We are very powerful. How come? Can you see what 100 meters away? Or can you see 50 meters away? Right? Can you hear things that what's happening a kilometer away? Right? Can you eat one mountain of rice? Everything got limitation. Right? Maybe you just take 1.5 bowl of rice, you're already full. You cannot eat more than that. Yes or not? Everything got a limitation. So he admits his limitation as a living entity. And after that, he acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Inestimable position. I mean, Krishna's position cannot be estimated. All right? It's huge. Arjuna could understand. For every living entity, it's not possible to understand. Okay, it's not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. In the infinite reveal, if the infinite, or how is pronounced? I think American infinite, right? We call infinite. Okay, if the infinite reveal himself, but if the infinite reveals himself, when that infinite power revealing himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite. That's when we have the power to understand the potential by the grace of the infinite. Okay. So the infinite itself have to come and tell you, well, I'm infinite. Wow, this is how. Why? This is why. Oh, now understand, Mr. Infinite. Right? By his grace only we can understand. So the word Yogeshwara is also very significant. Yogeshwara. Because Lord has inconceivable power. He got so much of power, inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna order. He does not give Krishna order. He is not ordering. Since you have told me everything, since you are my best friend, since you say God, why not show me your form? How you look? Tell me, show me. He didn't say that. He humbly asking, please, if you think, can you kindly show me? Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully to Krishna consciousness. In Krishna consciousness. That means here the key word is this. All right. So the key word is this. That means if one surrenders fully. Sorry. Right. If one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness. Okay. What does it mean, surrender fully? First of all, what is surrender? Right? Say like when you look at a two army, when a policeman chases a thief, okay, when you point the gun, surrender, he immediately raises his hand. Yes, I surrender. Okay, what happened when he surrenders? He's surrendering his bravery. He's surrendering his, because of course to be a thief or to be a soldier, whatever it takes a lot of guts. It takes lots of practice. It takes so much of what they call mental power. Right? Just like the war, like you know, the two countries are fighting. Right? They're fighting. So it takes so much of these things. So suddenly when the person surrenders, give up his integrity, right? Just like imagine like with the Israel surrender to Palestine. What happened? Oh, I'm a Jew. I'm a great person. He surrenders that, right? I have taken a vow to protect my motherland. Finish. He also surrenders that. I will fight until my last drop of blood. He also surrenders that. Nothing happened like that, right? He said, I am the son of this country. He also surrenders that. All that, whatever he said, he said, please save me, don't kill me. So what happened? When the opposition catches, he take away all his insignia, they call all his this thing like his they tear off his Israel, whatever things, right? And they'll bring them. After that, they put them in the jail and give them full protection. So, what is a surrender process? When we surrender to Krishna, how we surrender? We raise our hand and just tell Krishna, dear Krishna, I am so unfortunate, but by your mercy, I am so fortunate. I do not want to make the mistake again. I have made that mistake by ignoring you, and I fell into this material existence, the dark well in material existence. But now I surrender to you. I surrender my intelligence. I surrender my strength. I surrender my aspiration. I just fully surrender to you, Krishna. From now onwards, I am yours. Okay. The surrender process of in full Krishna consciousness. I mean, full Krishna consciousness means what? I mean, we are aware. We are very conscious of God. We are conscious person. We are conscious. So we talk about Krishna consciousness. Our consciousness is purified. I mean, by reading this Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are so purified. Right? And that's when. All right. So that's why Durena. Okay, that's this, okay. Yeah, what's the verse? Okay, put all thing away by knowledge and surrender to me. Durena Yavatam Karma. Through all the abominable far away and surrender to. Okay, anyway, so what I'm saying is So we fully surrender to Krishna in Krishna consciousness. Okay. So there's once I have to surrender. Not simply I say, oh, surrender Krishna, I surrender to you. Not that way. Of course, we start that way. Right? We start the Krishna, please accept me, Krishna. I really surrender to you, Krishna. But of course, we still have a lot of false ego or polluted mentality. All this, of course, we are in this material world. What do you expect? சாக்கடையில இருந்துகிட்டு சுத்தமா இருக்கணும்னு எதிர்பார்க்க முடியாது. வாழ்றதே சாக்கடை. Right? We are the dustbin. Oh, I cannot, I'm not a dustbin wala. Cannot. You're already in the dustbin. So dustbin means you accept the fact you're in dustbin and try to purify it. So we only think that we can purify. I cannot purify. Even no matter what, everything that comes from my body is still smelly and still dirty. But only one thing I have strength, I can change my consciousness as a Krishna consciousness. And how? By chanting Hare Krishna daily, right? By taking prasadam, right? By doing Tulsi Puja. All the simple act will make you Krishna conscious. Okay. So when one fully surrenders to Krishna, okay, and engages, after you surrender, what do? You engage in devotional service. And what service? According to your talent. What talent you have, do it. Thus, it is not possible for a person who depends on the strength of their mental speculation to see Krishna. So that's the final conclusion. It is not possible for anyone who depends on this thing. Okay, once when Prabhupada, someone asked me, can you show me God? Then I said, are you ready to see God? Are you ready to see God? Say yes. Then follow this ritual. Right? Then another situation is someone, I think I read it somewhere, I think Prabhupada or my Guru Maharaj or something like that. Say, can you see God? Yes. You stare directly into the sun for at least 30 seconds. If your eyes could sustain, then you can see God. With our mundane eyes, we can't even see the sun. I can't even see the bright light here. And how are we going to see sun? Because later we will study in this chapter. Krishna is as bright as 10,000 suns combined. 10,000 suns. If you're talking about one sun itself, we cannot tahan already. 10,000 sun combined. Imagine how bright. That's why Krishna says, I give you the eyes. I think it's the next chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. In the next verse, it says, Pasyavi Partha Rupani Santashasta Sahasrasa Nana Vidani Divyani Nana. Okay, Divyani means give you a divine eyes, correct? Forms. All right. So in chapter 5, it says, now opulence hundreds of thousands. Okay, chapter 6. Okay, chapter 7, text 7. Yahaikastam Jagat Krishnam Pasyada Sacharacharam Mama Deha Gudakesha Nachanya Tastuchasi. Whatever you wish to see, behold at once of this body of man, this universal form. Okay. He's here completely in one place. Okay, here. Natu mam sakshe drashtum. Okay, now it says here, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you the divine eyes. So this is what we're going to read next week. All right. So today, I think okay. So we did text. If you think that I'm able to pass me more. Okay. Okay. So we have done until 4. So next week we will continue text 5. Okay. So it's already 9 o'clock, 9:07. So thank you so much for your wonderful association. And I've really enjoyed speaking to all of you. So any questions, any comment? All right. Okay. If there's no question, we will end the
Hare
session here.
Krishna, Prabhu. What is the price of the books now?
Oh, okay, Mataji. Like in ISKCON Ipoh today, the book price went up. We are distributing 35 ringgit per book.
The last time you had like 5 books for.
Yeah. How many books you want?
No, that's why I want to know. Then I see how much I have saved up for donation.
Uh-huh.
I send the money to you and then you distribute that. You give it to whoever you
Can. Okay. Like this, Mataji. Now, the book price went up
Ah.
because of that US currency has
Yes,
already raised. And so I think around 25 to 30, right? 25 to 30 ringgit, if I'm not mistaken. So whatever donation you can give, example, say you're giving, say 50 ringgit donation. So what I can do, I can reduce 10 ringgit from the book sales. Example, when I'm say like when people wants to buy the book for 30 ringgit, I can sell to them 20 ringgit because 10 ringgit is subsidized from your account.
Oh, okay.
So that means say like, for instance, you are giving, okay, example, you give 60 ringgit. You, okay, Prabhu, you distribute 2 books for me, 60 ringgit. So I rather separate the thing into 6 books because you're 10 ringgit to each book.
Oh, okay.
So that means when people buy, I say, well, how much the book is selling 30 ringgit.
So
but
let's say
someone
I
donates-
send about 200. How many books you think I can get?
All right, if you 200 means you can give 20 books, Mataji.
Okay.
20 books, each book I'll reduce minus 10 ringgit.
Okay, you just give to whoever is needed.
Yeah.
Huh?
Whoever it is, or else I can also give away 7 books.
You see how much I've saved up because usually I'll put certain amount for Krishna. So I see how much I've saved up. So that amount you just give me your account number.
Definitely.
Then I will send it to you before the 30th December, is it? That's why you're
Marathon,
selling.
but the Gita Jayanti is on 23rd December.
23rd December. Okay. I will send the money before that.
Can, no problem.
Okay.
Anyway, just to recognize Tachaini Mataji, she's a fantastic book donor. And she personally donated, I think, 100 books to be given away in Cambodia. Yes.
Yeah.
She sponsored, I think that time was 5 books. I think you've sponsored like.
Yeah, that time was very.
Yeah, I think you've sponsored so much.
Yeah,
I think she have donated
Prabhu.
40, 50 books of. But anyway, Mataji, for your information, Cambodia Yatra is improving. All right, many people are reading the book. And the last time they used to give a very primitive way. Their prasadam is very primitive because they can't afford it. And now, then after that, they have slowly went up. They are giving something like panda, like what they call pulut. The pulut.
Yeah.
With the jaggery, right? So nobody could afford that. And now they have came up. They are giving some what they call some extra what they call sabjis. So now I think they are giving one full meal. And there's one Russian Mataji married local brahmachari there. I mean the devotee there. And that Mataji and along with the husband was actually an Indonesian. They all dedicating their life in Cambodia to preach. So both of them are married. They are married, and of course both of them are doing lots of book distribution, preaching. And I think the yatra is coming up.
Okay, no problem, Prabhu. You see where you need to send, wherever.
Definitely.
I will send the money to you, and you just distribute.
Yeah, sure. And of course, they have appointed me as the head for book distribution for Malaysia. Yeah, so I am drawing some plans. Let's see.
Okay.
Not only Malaysia, but we also want like move to other countries like our neighboring Indonesia. Indonesia is fantastic. They are more advanced than Malaysia. Like we plan to like go into like Thailand. I think Thailand's through Narasimha Maharaj is doing very well. But we are talking about Cambodia, Laos, this kind of. That's my dream.
Yes.
Ultimately, I would like to go to that place. So now we have already started the groundwork through this Jai Lalita Mataji, a Chinese bodied Mataji. And we are doing.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please don't forget to send your account.
Yeah, sure.
And then I will send the money to you.
Definitely.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay, so such an exciting day. Whenever we speak about Bhagavad Gita, is so exciting, so fulfilling. It feels like even you watch 2 hours of fantastic movie, also you wouldn't get this kind of happiness. All right. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for being very enthusiastic to come for the session class. So whatever I've said, whatever I've spoken is not my own opinion. I just simply repeat what I've heard from my spiritual master and all the acharyas, my Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and also Srila Prabhupada. and all the previous acharyas. So I just summarized and I spoke. So if I've said anything that offended any of you, please kindly forgive me. Of course, spiritual life is serious business. It is not a joke, because death is serious. To be born again is very serious. To suffer in this world is extremely serious. So sometimes the messages has to be conveyed in a very serious manner. All right. So with that intention, of course, the intention is that what I've listened, what I've heard, all the previous acharya, that we are trying to encourage people to take up this bhakti very seriously. Please chant minimum 16 rounds without fail. All right. Chanting is the basis. All right. Then eventually everything will be fine. All right. With that, so I will end the session here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhayo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Good night.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hari Bol.